Okay, so we touched the don't tell set and the dog dewormer. Now I want to get a little heartfelt about the ayahuasca plant, the miracle plant. We'll probably clip this up and send out a little explanation. I got some little teeny tiny details wrong. But first and foremost, I want to say this because a lot of the, just indigenous or anybody that this is part of their heritage, if they just watch the stand-up, it looks bad. I'm making fun, but I am a comedian and it is what I do. And like I said, even if I bring light to it in a negative way, it's still going to get people to drink consciousness, which will wake up humanity, and maybe the babies will stop being bombed. So worst case scenario, if I'm the pinchy gringo, only half, I'm half indigenous. They don't know that either. I look pretty colonial. But talk to my grandma Eduviges, bitch. You can't. Well, you can't on ayahuasca. Spirit world, what's up, Kiki? And yeah, because some of these people, when they just watch the bit of me making fun of it, which is, yeah, I am. I'm a fucking comedian. It can be taken in the wrong way. But first and foremost, this is a sacred plant, and it is supposed to be sacred and ceremonial and done with people that have done it before. Like in my tribe, the two high priests or whatever, shamans. See, I can't, you know what I mean? And it's like, I talk how I talk. And they must have like 30, 35 years, combined years experience. I'm not going into this. I make jokes, but if your shaman looks like me, don't do it. Exnay, oxnay, get the hell out of there. I'm Irish. Yeah, if you want seasoned people, and it is ceremonial and it is sacred, and there should be a ritual, and it's all peace and love. Obviously, if you hear them say fucking bad stuff, you get the hell out. Because, with light comes dark, and the yin and the yang, you can't escape it. There's going to be people out there doing bad shit on this medicine, trying to trick motherfuckers. So just go to a tried and true place of sacred, ceremonial, and seasoned vets. No, this isn't the type of thing you want to go with a new booty. No, thank you, new booty shaman. No. See, they're going to be mad at me for saying, he didn't even be serious. He said new booty. You should read the comments, bro. They're like, this fucking gringo.
Oh, damn. Yeah, I looked at him originally.
Most of them are all positive, but of course I hang on. Well, I want to make sure I do the plant justice. I don't want to leave what it truly is out of the story, Yeah. And it's hard to do that in stand-up. You need to get a laugh every 4 seconds. It's kind of hard to give you an encyclopedia definition what ayahuasca is, plus a sacred spiritual definition, plus my funny spin on it when trying to get laughs. Bam, 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 And so that's all. I'm just trying to make sure there's an honest translation of how I truly feel about the plant. And I'll put it out there, and that's fine. If people talk shit and I see it, I'll just send them this video. This is how I really feel. I love the plant. It saved my life. It's an entheogen, and if you look up that definition, it's how you talk to the other realms, dimensions, gods, spirits, whatever you can feel comfortable defining it. The unknown, the different planes, the licking the ghost pepper and going somewhere else, the Alex Gray art, the indigenous art all over the world. You go to those realms, and it can help you heal from severe addictions, PTSD, childhood trauma, all sorts of shit. A lot of sexual assault victims in there, a lot of war victims, just war bomb blew up your buddy. You go face it, heal it, puke it out, and it's gone. And as for fundamental reoccurring issues, because one thing I also want to be clear on, this shit is a healer, but then once you leave, you have to do the work. You could be a raging alcoholic, go in there and get clean for ceremony and come back and start drinking again. And it's almost like institutionalization. Like you get out of prison, my cousin just want to go back in. I'm like, no, go to the beach, go that way. Not that way. It's like bars or beach, and they choose the bars. You go back to what you're comfortable and familiar from. So it isn't just like you're cured. That's why I keep going. It's like layers and layers and layers, and the deeper you go, it can uncover some gnarly shit, and you go through it. That's just how it is. But it's the best work I've ever done in my life. It has substance. It gets in there, it gets it out. It's root. You go to the root and you face it, and yeah, it's just hard. It's hard. It's like shadow work, as the great Carl Jung would call it. And you go into the depths, and it's fucking hard. And then you gotta face it, puke it out, and then come back and then live righteous, and eat right and don't watch the bullshit on the Instagram and TV. And then good luck, because that's also why I keep going back. It cleans me up, and then I'm clean for a while, and then you just eat like shit, watch shitty shit, listen to shitty music, and you're like, fuck. But there's so many. You don't have to do ayahuasca. You could literally go surfing or yoga or breath work, meditate, not look at your phone, not look at the news. But it and what ayahuasca actually does, I thought it made us secrete DMT, which we do secrete DMT. Part of my joke was true. I'm explaining my joke now. We do secrete DMT, but we only secrete it when we're born, dream, or die. Mm-hmm. And ayahuasca is a plant and a vine, a leaf and a vine, mm-hmm. that is DMT. Like I thought it made us secrete DMT, but it's in the sauce. That was the technicality that I messed up on.
Yeah, one of the two things that has DMT in it, the other one has an MAO inhibitor, which is why it lasts as long as it does, because your brain would just filter it out real quick if you didn't have that second part.
Thank you for that. So there's the science definition. I thought that it made us do it.
Sure. And there's no difference at that point.
That's
it's
like
technical.
But the technical Tims are in. I'm like, oh God, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought I was like half right. Like it's like, okay, lawyers, like come on. And but I'm just trying to give it the full definition of how I feel. Most of my people know this, but we'll clip this up and try to keep. This could be a long one. We'll put it on YouTube. But I just wanted to have respect and honor on that plant that is consciousness that saves many, 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 many lives. And it is also, at the same time, it is not for everybody. It's quite a gnarly experience, and it's work. So if you're a warrior and a soldier and you want to get to work, I highly recommend doing it. If you're weak-minded and borderline schizophrenic, go to the beach, go surfing. I don't think it can be so heavy that it could push people. But it is still medicine. I think it's good for like 90% of humanity. There's some teeter-totters. You know what I mean?
Have you ever seen a shaman like tell somebody like, oh, maybe not you? Like, do they have that kind of...
Not actually. Yeah, I've seen them ask people to leave that weren't taking it seriously or just were like there to party.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you gotta go.
Yeah.
It's not that. I've seen them coach people through dark shit, including myself. That one time, that shit was crazy. And yeah, look at my face. It's just gnarly stuff, because anybody who's done it knows. You're like, oh yeah, there's like a whole world of life out there in front of our face that we don't see, because you see it,
Yeah.
And then you come back and you're like, oh, that was fake. And you're like, I don't think it was. I don't think it was, and you start wearing holy stuff and burning sage. And yeah. There's so many different theories on it. Some say like all these demons exist, but it's our collective negative thought energy that manifests them, and make people do evil things. Some people just are evil. Some people are full of shit, and I don't know. Who knows? I feel like there's something influencing us, You hear it too in a lot of court cases. Like if you look at YouTube highlights or all those murder documentaries, do you know how many murderers be like, I just wasn't in my body, you know? Not like one. I know it's a bullshit excuse at the same time. Logic, you're like, okay. Mm-hmm. But if you look at a lot of their confessions, they're serious. They're like, I just woke up and I had the knife. You know what I mean? One thing. You hear that 1,000 times, you're like, all the tweaker murderers getting together with that story and saying the same thing. You know, that's when I see the fucking coincidence. I don't know. It's weird, but I know you drink from the sauce and you go to these realms. That's why it's also important to have a sacred, safe circle that's inviting the light in to get rid of the dark, as opposed to the other way, you know?
Yeah.
Because the dark will come up, and then you're just like, come on, Christ, let's get this motherfucker west side. And you stab that demon in your booty hole, and you puke him out. It's quite nice. And also, it's I forgot the physical aspects of ayahuasca. It's physically detoxifying. You'll fucking puke up parasites, little worms. People have done that. Emily spit out a little worm, little tapeworm or whatever, fucking candida. There's so many of them. My algorithm is on parasites again because of the dog dewormer, and I'm learning that there's different species of mushrooms, there's different species of parasites. And you're like, oh, come on. Fenbendazole only takes care of 4 of them. Looks like I need ivermectin now. That's so funny. And yeah, it's just a beautiful, sacred plant that's waking up the world, and it's indigenous. And it's been around, as I Googled it and did more research, it's been around for they've documented it up 10,000 years old. It's been used by the Amazonian tribes, and anywhere where the plant grew, they say it's been used for 10,000 fucking years. Plant medicine. And it's crazy. It's such a beautiful thing that wakes you up and makes you face it. And I 10 out of 10 recommend it for anybody if they're ready. And make sure you go to safe circles. I can't go exactly tweeting my shaman's number out until the government gets their head out of their ass. And yeah, that's it. Just love. It's truly love and forgiveness and truth. That's what it is. But that's not funny, you know. So I had to make jokes saying, I pooped my pants. Funny. Laugh. Yeah, it's truth, love, and I already forgot the other one. Forgiveness. Which is love, same jazz. And all that jazz.